Hey, everybody, and welcome to Let's Just Say to Discord, your one and only pre-show to Laughing Scoundrel podcast. We're here every Friday at 4:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, except for next week because it's Christmas. But we'll be doing a show on Saturday, the day after.
Yeah.
But instead, I'll be in the Laughing Scoundrel I'll be in a Discord. I'll update people some way or another.
Could be the
doing a
community, could be
movie
Laughing
day.
Scoundrel, could be fuck, who knows?
Yeah, it'll probably be community or Laughing Scoundrel or this one. Yeah, I'll be doing a movie day for everybody that doesn't have anything else to do on Christmas.
And we will mention that again later because not everyone shows up for this shit.
Yeah, yeah, and it's not going to necessarily be Christmas movies. There'll be a couple Christmas movies in there, but it'll be whatever.
It's what it is.
It is what it is. Oh, yeah, I should probably do the things. I'm Jables, and Rimshee and Sir's Watching are joining me. Yeah. Here we go.
Good evening, everyone.
I think that's everything.
Yeah,
do we have a thing for it to be and everything?
I
mean, fuck. This entire show, this whole production is just us flying by the seat of our pants anyway.
Not wrong.
What is that image that you picked for the background behind the window?
Cyberpunk.
Okay. All right.
It's an Asian lady showing off robot arms. What of it?
Cool.
Yeah, like it's like going to an auto show and seeing a new car, and it's like, here's this year's model of "Go fuck you up, Robo Arms."
Well, considering that the brand is Militech, yeah.
Yeah. I like it. I won't be playing Cyberpunk for another couple months.
Yeah, still gotta get that rig set up.
Oh no, like I'm all set up. I could play it now, but I want them to like fix some bugs first.
Honestly, on PC, it's pretty decent. You'll probably be fine. Most of the issues are on console. There are definitely a few bug issues, like when I look in the mirror, I don't have a hat or hair.
Well, I was talking to Nick about it. He said that there were some bugs that were preventing him from like completing certain missions and stuff like that. So
honestly, what I've found is that most of the time when you have a glitch, it's an easy enough fix by just saving your game and then loading up that save you just made, and the glitch is usually pretty fixed. There are certain ones where you have to shut down the game and restart, and it fixes it, but I don't see those very often.
Oh, hey, it's a Larry.
Oh, Larry!
Hey, Larry's here.
It's a Larry!
Yeah. From my understanding, the vast majority of issues are on PlayStation 4 and Xbox because they are not optimized for the game.
Yeah.
Or rather, the game was not optimized with them in mind.
Yeah.
Addy got it recently, and he said that so far the only major hiccup that he's had with it is he had one crash to desktop, but that's about it.
I haven't had a single crash to desktop. Most of my issues have been don't look in the mirror because it'll get rid of whatever's on your head, including hair. And it I have a bottleneck with my CPU when I'm driving through the city. Beyond that, sometimes because I'll swap between keyboard and mouse and controller depending on if I'm driving or doing anything else, because the keyboard and mouse is much better when you're doing just about anything except for the driving, because you have better speed control and better direction control with the controller.
Yeah.
And I've had a couple of times where the controller would only work with reverse and nothing. So, and those were an easy save game, close game, restart game, load save, and that fixed that issue.
Yeah, as a guy that plays driving games, I much prefer like controllers with a trigger button to any sort of mouse keyboard. So
yeah, mouse and keyboard is great for everything in this game except the driving.
Yeah, but I mean, it's PC, and all controllers are USB now, so they're just plug in a controller.
Yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I personally like using the Xbox Elite controller, but that's me. Some people prefer the PlayStation. It's all what you want. PC, no one gives a shit what controller you use.
Yeah.
I'm using the Nintendo Switch Pro controller.
Go for it, man. If it works, go for it.
Yeah, it's set up as an Xbox controller.
I've said it before in chats, Discords at times, but I still do feel that like the Xbox One controller is right now kind of like the gold standard for a video game controller. It's just so ergonomically sound to me. Then again, it's mainly what I'm used to.
Like PlayStation controllers.
PlayStation controllers, I will admit that they are a bit better when it comes to like fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I'd much rather, at least from my experience, I'd much rather play Tekken PlayStation than Xbox.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I played a lot of PlayStation throughout my time.
It also depends on what you're used to. Like for me, I'm much more used to Xbox than I am PlayStation. I've played both extensively, but Xboxes are what I own.
Yeah, I'm used to an Xbox-like controller now because that's what the Switch Pro controllers are.
Yeah, I own both a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One. The Xbox One kind of took a shit, so I haven't bothered replacing it or repairing it. Especially since we were mostly using it as an entertainment center anyway. Because I had I had a 780p TV from when I was still in the Marine Corps. It was not a smart TV, so we were using the Xbox to watch Netflix and shit. And we recently updated that to a 4K 65 inch TV, and it's a smart TV. So now I have no reason to upgrade that fix or replace that Xbox.
Yeah, Larry, the thing is that I would agree with you on the D-pad issue with Xboxes, at least until the Xbox One came out.
Yeah,
the Xbox One controller actually doesn't function.
Yeah, it functions really well. And the Elite, it's not that I necessarily suggest
button on a
Yeah, not that I specifically suggest getting the Elite, but the fact that you can switch out the D-pad and you can switch out your thumbsticks to be taller or different shape on top, and then you've got the paddles on the bottom. It's definitely a lot nicer than your standard Xbox One controller, but it's
you do have to pay a bit of a premium.
Yeah, there's a premium. It's not for everyone. I was not that I was really into Xbox specifically, but before I got into playing video games on my computer more, in other words, before I built my computer, I spent a lot of time playing on the Xbox, and I've had this Elite controller since I was in the military, where you spend all your time either working or drinking, playing video games, or hooking up with strippers. That happens a lot too. And that one usually ends with marrying proposing to the stripper the day after you meet her, or knocking her up because both of you were dumb enough not to wear a condom.
I feel like my dad's had a few stories about that.
Oh, by the way, I did forget one announcement. I have a friend with a sick dog. They have some emergency costs that they need to cover. They generally could afford it, but Christmas, they just bought all the Christmas gifts and shit. So
we did bring this up last week, but still going.
Yeah, it's still going. So
how's that going, by the way?
They've only raised 100 out of the 1,000 goal.
10%. Come on, we can do better than 10%.
Yeah, thought I had better pull than that.
Come on, Larry, you've got money lying around, I'm sure.
No, Larry, if you guys can't donate, just share the link around. That's all I ask. I just want as many eyes on it as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And when you share it around, let everybody know that if they can't donate either, then have them share it around too.
There are dog lovers out there who will be like, "Oh, dog in trouble? Shit, I am absolutely donating."
Yeah, they just have to be able to see it, and sharing it is how people see it.
Like, to be fair, I know for a fact if Addy had the money, he would do the goal himself.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
In fact, I don't know if I've told him about it.
Maybe if Addy showed up for the show once in a while.
Well, James can always direct message him.
Yeah, I know. We'll blame Jables. I like that option better.
It's always
Addy, no, Addy texts me rude things. I don't need that kind of activity in my life.
That is the negativity you keep in your life.
Yeah,
I've met you.
Addy just randomly texted me and was calling me a stinky boy the other day. I don't like it.
It reminds me of my aunt's nickname for my sister.
Lance, the dog just got sick and had to be rushed to an emergency vet clinic. This is just to cover the initial emergency costs and everything. They can take care of everything else. Yep. This is just to help them out with the initial costs.
Hey, it's not going to, because they already had all their Christmas presents and whatnot purchased. It's just this on top of those expenditures. It's just not a whole lot of money left.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to ragging on fucking controllers.
I was going to say, though, they recently had a cross promotion between games. And, Forza Horizon 4 is a game that I have still play fairly regularly, even though, in my opinion, it's completely inferior to the game that came before it. Forza Horizon 3 was really, really good.
I'm not big into the straight up racing games.
I don't mind them, but it's one of those things where when I got the original Xbox One, I got Forza, the Forza that came out as the showboat for it, because I wanted to see how nice it could look, and I don't remember which one that was.
I think it might have been Motorsport 5.
But my point is that it looks really good, but it's a racing game. You can get away with a lot more beauty in a racing game because most of your assets are static, and the ones that aren't are on the racetrack.
Well, the thing that I like about Horizon series as opposed to the mainline Forza games is that it's basically open world. So it's like with Forza Horizon 3, it's like, yeah, I can do races, or I can get in like a souped up 4-wheel drive and just go blasting around out in the sand dunes of Australia, or tearing through the rainforest.
That's kind of cool. See, that's one of my favorite parts about CD Projekt Red is just driving through the city. It's basic. This whole game is basically a variant on GTA.
Yeah, that's what I heard. I heard it was future GTA.
It kind of is, except you actually work with the cops instead of against the cops.
Hmm.
Cops aren't
Yeah.
necessarily the bad guys.
The way Addy was telling it to me, he's like, he thought it would be more like Cyberpunk GTA, but he said his experience so far is more Cyberpunk Skyrim.
It's kind of a weird cross between Cyberpunk Skyrim and Cyberpunk GTA.
GTA with chicks with dick. Pretty much, Larry. Pretty much. But I said, like, as a cross promotion event with CD Projekt Red and whatnot, the Forza developers put the Quadra VTEC, one of the cars from Cyberpunk in Forza Horizon.
Oh, cool.
And that thing's fun, like once you get all the upgrades into it, it's got over 1,400 horsepower and over 260 miles an hour.
Yeah, honestly, the vehicles are a lot of fun. I tend to stick to the motorcycles just because I like motorcycles, and you can weave in and out of traffic and get places a lot quicker.
It also gives you more escape options.
Yeah, that too. But my biggest issue with that is my PC has its bottleneck at the CPU. I actually looked at the usages while I was playing the game, and most of my issues come from the fact that the CPU is overloaded. The GPU is barely getting even a quarter way up in its usages beyond the memory. The memory is where it's being used the most, and it's still only getting up to like half usage, 3/4 usage. Meanwhile, my CPU is at maxed out 100% on all cores. So I'm doing upgrades next year.
By next year, you mean next month?
Well, we'll see when the actual CPU that I want becomes available. But yeah, next month.
Yeah, cool. I'm all upgraded. I might need a new camera, but other than that,
Of course,
I don't give a shit about the camera. I've got a cheap camera that I only bought because the school required us to have cameras, and I didn't want to have to log in via my phone anymore.
yeah. No, I need a camera because I want to do that Where's Waldo speed run. Need a camera for that.
But what was cool was that in order to get the car, you basically it's there's like a new event like pops up on the world map, and basically it's a one-on-one street race at night, and you're basically racing the Quadra. If you win the race, you get the car. So I figured that the only car that I could possibly use to do this race was my 88 Lamborghini Countach QV 5000. Because if you're going to be going up against a ridiculously styled car, you so be driving a ridiculously styled car.
Of course.
So yeah, that's what I did.
Okay. So there, where is it? Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah, no. So, Rimshee, I want to talk about the newest article that I posted over in news articles.
The
Squeeze.
Bean Queen.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Open it up. You'll see.
It's open.
Yeah. Hey, sir, you actually want to take this one?
Yeah, I can read it. Oh boy. That's quite the image. Coming to us from horseandhound.com. Meet the Bean Queen. Why cleaning sheaths is important and the delights of the job. To the author of this article, I don't think you got paid enough.
Yeah.
Horse and Hound spoke to Tracy Freeman, who makes a living cleaning sheaths across the country. How did you get into sheath cleaning? I had always cleaned my own horse's sheaths, and I just thought everyone did it routinely. I am based at Glennifer Stables near Maidenhead in Berkshire, which used to be run by the late Russell Pearson. I was the yard manager for many years and used to clean the 60 horses stabled on the yard. It all started when a friend asked if I could clean her horse, and I told her she could try doing it herself, and her reply was, no, I couldn't. This reminds me of when, vets, oh, yeah, you can get the semen sample from your dog yourself. It's just like, nah, I'm good.
I don't
Yeah.
want him to look at me that way.
Well, there was some rapper that recently was like, "Yeah, when my dogs get horny, I just jerk them off," and everybody was like, "What?" And he's like, "What? You guys don't do that?"
Like, nah, dude. I love my dog just as much as the next one. No.
Yeah.
Get off my screen. I don't want your fucking newsletter. So I went along and cleaned her horse. She then recommended me to another friend, and people started asking me to come and clean their horses. I discovered a niche in the market that could also make me money. I set up Sheaf Cleaning UK. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, by the way, guys, in case you didn't catch on, when they say sheath, they mean dick.
Yep. Charging $25, £25 per session. Mistake there. And started a Facebook page, which
Is
received
that
a
the
great
weight of the
response and
member,
rave
or is that
review.
the price?
And it just went from there. It is now my full-time job, and I'm doing it 6 or 7 days a week. And that's a horse stick. What is a bean? Okay, some people might want to leave the chat in this case.
Hold on. Hold on. Who said this show wasn't educational?
We did.
We educate people all the time. This is a very new thing to educate people on.
If you got
Alright.
a horse, clean its dick.
This is the last chance for people that want to skip out on this next part.
Or
No,
this
stay
show.
here.
What is a bean? The bean is the common name for a collection of smegma in the tip of the horse's penis. The tube that the urine passes through is called the urethra. Shit. And just above the urethra is a pocket of space called the urethral fossa, and this is where the buildup of dirt and grime happens, which results in hardened beans. When the beans get so big, they interfere with the horse's ability to pass urine, which can lead to all sorts of infections and kidney problems. Generally, when horses have severe beans, they will be in obvious discomfort. Why is it important to clean your horse's sheath? Were you not paying attention to what your own article said? Every male horse will get beans and a buildup of smegma due to the inevitable buildup of brine. Having beans will cause your horse discomfort, a bit like walking with a stone constantly in your shoe. I'm not sure that analogy really holds up.
Yeah.
The signs that your horse needs his sheath clean include having problems passing urine, and you will visibly see buildup of smegma on the outside of the penis.
Jables,
Most horse
you are
owners,
schmegma.
most horse owners will also be able to feel the beans, although it is harder to remove. I have also found a number of melanomas on horses through doing my job, some of which have been able to be treated, and sadly, some bigger tumors couldn't. That is why it's important for owners to be aware of what is going on in them. Ideally, for horses over the age of 4, you should clean the sheath once a year.
Oh, once a year, that's not bad.
And here comes another unpleasant image.
Oh,
What's the
gee.
biggest?
Sorry.
We can all know Jabel's maturity. What's the biggest size bean you have seen? The biggest bean I have removed was bigger than a 50 pence piece, pictured below. It was more like the size of a golf ball. The feedback I get from owners is that their horses are so different in their temperament after having beans removed. They are more comfortable and happier within themselves. I feel like Lady Luna and Jeff's server would know all about this shit.
You know, man, golf ball size hardened smegma. That's just a sentence I never thought I would say.
And yet, here we are. Do you only treat geldings? I mostly treat geldings, but I have also cleaned a few stallions and a donkey. Although the stallions end up enjoying it too much.
Yeah, baby.
Goddamn.
I have clients across the disciplines, including ponies, ex-race horses, and show jumpers. I visit Robert Whitaker's yard to clean his horses and have treated his top horse, Catwalk Ford. Okay.
Whoever that is. Must be some
Horse
fancy
names are
racehorse or
fucking
something.
weird. How do you deal with tricky horses? I would say that 99% of horses will start off being difficult, but I can guarantee if a horse has beans, they will stop being tricky pretty soon. It's almost like they are asking you to remove the bean. They are often relieved straight away and visibly more comfortable. Sometimes horses need to be sedated by a vet first, but that is rare. What is the process involved in removing a bean? I'm glad you asked.
Oh, man.
There is strictly no scrubbing. You will often hear of owners scrubbing the sheath area with soapy water, but this is the worst thing you can do. It is such a delicate area that you have to be gentle. I use no chemicals or baby oil because that just attracts grit. I simply use KY jelly and vinyl gloves, never latex. I will often lubricate the sheath first and leave it for a bit while I treat another horse. Then, by the time I have to come back to it, the beans will have loosened up and they are easier to remove. Owners should not be picking the smegma off either. I just spend a few minutes massaging the beans out. I always manage to get them out.
Ooh.
How did you get the name the Bean Queen? The title. It was after I had been to one yard and treated 16 horses and removed 16 beans. My husband told me I was the Bean Queen, and then one owner sent me a set of beans with it written on the back and just stuck. What do you enjoy most about your job? I've been cleaning sheaths for 29 years now.
Oh.
It is a job that You're gonna be all right, Rimshee.
I've been doing this for 29 years. I've made a few videos. Go ahead. Go ahead.
It is a job that takes me all over the country. I was in the Isle of Wight recently. Yes, I am up to my arms in muck each day, every day, but I love my job. It is so important. I like that I am doing something for the welfare of the horse. I treat each horse like my own. It is fun, too. And I get to meet lots of new people. In a week, I can be treating up to 100 horses.
Yeah. Treating.
Yeah. Something. Am I the only one that has the thought that this lady is a swinger, and she uses the horse smegma to meet other men?
I just have to point out that it's special when Larry Kubiak in the chat is saying Jesus fucking Christ.
Yes. Yes. I did find gold for this week. Haha.
Bojack off horsewoman.
I was when I stumbled across this, because who the fuck reads Horse and Hound? I was so fucking happy when I found this.
Oh god, this was horrible. I am so glad you found it.
Yeah.
My God, fucking Lance. Jesus, man. To be disappointed with her husband. Maybe.
It makes it seem so small.
Yeah. Oh man.
Or she
Crab, I
found the
don't
right
think you realize
husband and
But you can trust her honest opinion. If she tells you that you're hung like a horse, you can trust that.
No, like she's not doing either of those things, Y2K. She is literally just cleaning hardened smegma deposits out of their shoes.
she is doing neither and yet both.
She's doing it though by lubing it up and
She
then
literally uses KY.
and then massaging the beans out.
The only way this could have been more hilarious is if she used Astro.
Mm-hmm. Or if she said that she only does sessions at night without the owners around.
And her husband videotapes for their own. Yes, Y2K, it is somehow even more disturbing.
I feel like we've gone on a journey, all of us here together.
Oh,
we have on many journeys.
Can we go back to video games?
And we are all worse for it.
Yeah. But this article makes it into the best of category. So there
it's right there with Fire Extinguisher Lady.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, send us your favorite articles that we've covered over the year. And we might just do a New Year show going over all of them.
Yeah. Granted, we haven't covered much in the last few months, but
I'm just sitting here looking at the picture of the author, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of person is she to want to write about this. Or did she want to write about this, even?
Oh, she was, she used to be a horse racer or something. Yep.
Dead Wolf, I don't know what the fucking consistency of them is.
Okay.
I don't want to know.
Well, hold on. I'm going to read her bio.
All right.
What, Hannah's bio?
Yeah, Hannah joined the Horse and Hound team in 2013 and left to pursue other opportunities in November 2020. Okay. So, she no longer works there, but combining her passion for horses with her love of English, Hannah spent 3 years studying for a degree in sport journalism at the University of Brighton, graduating in 2012. An avid racing fan with a background in eventing, Hannah spent 2 weeks on work experience at the magazine before being offered an internship, which resulted in a full-time role. Okay, never mind. That's not as funny as I thought it was going to be. Damn it.
Boring.
Yeah.
Lame.
All right.
But that happens when you do stuff live and don't think it through.
I'm glad you found better opportunities than working for Horse and Hound. Live your best life.
I think this was the article that ended it.
It actually is a really well written article. It made me laugh, and that might have been on purpose because this was probably
the only way you could get through it.
She wrote.
Yeah, this is probably the article that made her think, I better find a new job.
Yeah.
Look at that fucking face, man.
Which one?
Fucking that lady.
Which one?
The lady that's jerking off horses, or
one of the two ladies that's watching.
That one. Yeah.
She's teaching the next generation of horse whores.
Yeah.
Look at the other two.
Yeah, I like the one in the green jacket. Like, this has that whole face. It's like, yep, this is the thing that's happening.
The other one looks way too excited. Given that there is excitement in her face.
Yeah, like, we've said it in the past, and I guess it bears repeating. You're like, if you guys find anything that you find either amusing or, like, fucked up, send it to us. We'll read it.
Like, I want to get this off the screen. I feel... Is there another article we want to cover, or should I just go back to the freaking...
Like, she looks entirely too satisfied with what she's doing in that image.
I don't know. We can do a Potato Head.
Which one's Potato Head? Oh shit! I forgot to hold on.
Art restoration fail.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Saw that one.
Yeah. I'm glad I picked a lot of like timeless articles.
Which one? Was it the other one you posted last week?
No, Behold the Potato Head. It's an older one.
Yeah, I've got it.
And it's from NPR. It's got a picture of a statue and a retarded picture of a statue. If you go to live show and scroll
up, that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just gotta find it.
I already have the link to it.
I'll just repost the link.
Oh no, I'm waiting for it to load now. I found it.
Okay.
Alright.
What?
Jay was reading it, right?
Robo Rimshee.
Who's reading it?
You mind reading this one, Rimshee? I like to hear you talk about art.
Yeah, give me a moment.
The first paragraph of this article is great.
Oh no, I gotta go check the door. Someone was at the door.
Oh no. Somebody breaking in? Why is somebody at your door? Nobody should be at your door. It's a fucking pandemic. Kill them. Or wait, don't do that. But maybe do. Okay. Scooter, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
And I'm back. Do you need me to read the article? I'll read the fucking article.
Yeah, cool.
Behold! The Potato Head of Palencia. Another botched art restoration in Spain.
What is with the Spanish and art?
They thought it was a Picasso sculpture. A melted face with two round cavities standing in for eyes, a misshapen lump approximating a nose, and in a gap maw of a mouth. Behold the latest art quote-unquote restoration gone completely wrong in Spain.
Okay.
And we just lost everyone who was watching. The bot's work, which is being likened to a potato head, came to widespread public attention via Facebook posts and photos from a Palencia-based artist, Antonio Guzman Capal. You know what? I feel like we should poke Barr to join us because he can insult Spaniards. The Palencia Restoration is the latest in an infamous line of non-professional art rehabs in Spain. Non-professional, you say? Would have never guessed. Including a 2012 repainting of a 19th century fresco of Jesus, done by an 81-year-old church member that gained the unfortunate international nickname of Christ. I want to see that picture.
We covered an article about that.
Did we?
Yeah, like a year ago.
Oh.
Yeah. But where is it?
More recent incidents in Spain include a day-glow repainting of a 15th century wooden sculpture of the Virgin Mary, Saint Anne, and Infant Jesus. The redoing of a 500-year-old St. George figure that turned him into a toy soldier, and multiple failed attempts to give the Virgin Mary a makeover in a copy of a painting by the Baroque artist Bartolo. Yeah, I said Baroque.
Yeah.
Artist Bartolome Esteban Murillo. The Palencia.
Bartolomeo Esteban Murillo.
Yeah, that name. The Palencia statue, which formerly was a smiling lady placed within a country scene, adorns part of the facade of a bank in this city of some 78,000 in the country's north. The art newspaper reports that the statue was originally unveiled in 1923. In Spain, professional art restorers and conservationists are once again calling for stricter oversight. On Twitter, the Madrid-based organization of professional restorers and conservators, ACRE, deplored the work in Palencia, writing that the rehab was not professional. Go away, KQED.
Don't say.
So I just looked back. It was actually the Mary one that we talked about because they were talking about reform on how they can stop having these artworks being botched. And if you look at the Mary and how it ended up, I posted the article in live show Rimshee. It's fucking atrocious.
Alright, let's look at this.
Oh my god.
Day glow, bitch, motherfucker!
Yeah.
I still want to see the Monkey Christ. I am copying that and opening it in a separate window so as not to screw everything up. Hopefully.
Yeah, Monkey Christ. Here, I found a progression image.
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, that one.
There you go. There you go, Rimshee.
Ah! I have seen this image before. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
It's an impressionist painting. That's all I can say.
No, this is what happens when you don't keep an eye on fucking grandma when she's gone all fucking senile and decides she needs to start fixing shit.
Oh yeah, no. The problem, because I remember this. I remember the article about them wanting to reform. Any antique shop has the quote unquote licensing to perform art restorations. Yeah. So it was a big issue with Monkey Christ. It was a big issue with Potato Head statue there now. It's been a big issue with, like, there's a lot of great artworks that were essentially just destroyed because like they're just sending these artworks to any antique shop nearby to be restored, and then somebody fucks it up. Mm-hmm. Cool.
I don't know what to say. From that to that. From something that actually looks halfway decent to a Picasso painting.
Are you talking about, which one are you talking about, Mary?
No, please.
Are you talking about the Mary or the Monkey Christ?
I'm talking about Potato Head.
Oh yeah, that's not even a painting. That's a statue.
It's not a painting, but it looks like it would be a Picasso painting.
Yeah.
That's the best I can liken it to.
Even in his most abstract, Picasso was better put together than that.
Yeah, no, I won't disagree with that, but...
Yeah, I'm sorry, your eyes don't belong on your forehead. And it's making like a face.
It's like the way the eyes are positioned is like it's like a cyclops with a gash on his forehead.
Yeah, going.
I mean, if that's what you're into, I'm not going to keep you.
Looks like it's got a pouting bottom lip.
Is that a wild waffle?
It is.
Weird. Hey.
Holy shit.
Welcome. I've been trying to get you on the show for over a year.
Yeah, it only took like a quarantine order for it to happen. Otherwise, I'd be at work.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're saying that you're only here because you have nothing?
There's plenty of better things to do.
Yeah.
I chose to be here anyway.
Oh, hold on, Waffle, real quick.
Aren't you compassionate?
For those of you that don't know, please welcome back the original co-host of the Lesser Saint Discord, WAfflethorpe.
Yeah, that's me. I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello.
Been a while.
You can't have it back.
No, it's all right. It's all right. I'm not trying to take it back. Why would I do that? That sounds like work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to pawn this off on people for a while now. That's a complete lie. I'm too lazy to do that.
Yep.
No, I get that. It's in there.
Technically, it didn't take me any work to get into this position. I just kept showing up every week. And her, she's like, "Hey, you want to be a showrunner?" I'm like, I guess. He's like, "Fuck it, you're a showrunner."
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds about right. That sounds how that works.
Yeah.
He's gonna show up, do the thing. So what's this about Spaniards?
Oh, they keep fucking up creations.
Yeah, they don't know how to keep their fucking hands away from like priceless artifacts.
Yeah.
Here, the article we're referencing is about to be posted in the live show.
Okay.
Yeah, if you look in the live show chat, you can see the three things that like have the people up in arms trying to increase rate who can restore art.
Oh god, that's pretty bad. I see what you mean on Cyclops with the gas.
Yeah.
That's an oof. That's an oof.
That's a big move. Now, if only they could do that to the big stone with all the 9-gag memes that they carried out in the desert. That would be
Second, Cyclops with a gash, isn't that just a lady Cyclops?
it depends on where it is.
Hey, you
Right,
don't
if
know
it's
their
not-
anatomy.
I'm just saying, if it's on her head, a gash there is usually botched circumcision. But I wouldn't lie now.
And of course, Waffle has to come in after the good.
Yeah, he missed the smegma article.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad I missed that. That sounds.
It wasn't regular smegma. It was horse smegma.
Okay.
And the lady that collects
Apparently-
it.
Apparently, it forms into hardened lumps that they call beans for some ungodly reason.
Okay. Now you know that if this ever becomes even remotely close to common knowledge, the furries are going to turn it into a fetish.
You're
Oh,
assuming they haven't
God.
already.
I'm assuming it happened already. And 2020 has been bad enough. I don't need that bit of knowledge to be in my head right now.
That's a dark, cold, lonely place of the internet that I do not have the heart to explore right now.
Yeah, well, let me put it this way: it is not as lonely as you want it to be.
Waffle, I just
Never
pinned
is, Waffle.
the link to the article, so you can educate yourself on beans and whatnot.
Yeah, no, I don't. Didn't work when. Yes. People telling me to educate myself didn't work during Gamergate, and it's not going to work now because I don't want it to.
Well,
I'm not going to enjoy my ignorance on this, bro.
you get to see a golf ball size. You get to see a golf ball size. You get to see hardened smegma the size of a golf ball.
And you get to see horsecock.
Does that encourage you?
No, it really doesn't.
Well,
No, you're no fun anymore. You've been away from the internet for too long.
yeah.
Grab a knife, read into that whatever you wish.
Well, we could always talk about the fire extinguisher incident.
No, we have to save that for New Year's.
Yeah,
We're gonna
New
have to
Year's.
cover, like our best articles.
I don't know. I have been keeping track of the news articles.
You have them?
What's it called? Yeah, well, I've been seeing what posts. I still get notifications for that one. I've been very pleased to see Albuquerque come up with posts. I just have to say, it's all true. All of it.
Well, maybe if you showed up a little more often, you could insult people along with us.
The meth, the green chili, all of it. It's all there.
Yeah.
I know the one thing that could revive the community. Waffle showing back up.
I mean, it depends. I mean, some days I can do that. Some days I can't. Oh, look at the boxes in here. That's. I'm opening a box and it has more boxes. And that's just exciting.
Yeah, I got a box.
You're opening a box and you're not doing a recording of it. You know that's like guaranteed YouTube money.
I mean, implying that I have the YouTube monies. I have a channel. Well, it's exactly one video on it from when I was testing a thing to get like a background visualizer for a podcast, which eventually became the first episode of this. And that's all that's up there because I don't know. I've prayed validation quite that much.
I need it a lot.
Yeah. To each, everybody's into what they're into. For me, it's usually telling people to fuck up.
As long as it's not child porn or something equally horrible, I don't really care.
What do you take me for? The Democratic Party?
Damn it, Rimshee. We were having a perfectly civil conversation, and you had to bring that in.
I'm saying, as long as it's not CP, different from CP77. That's an unfortunate abbreviation, by the way.
Yeah, it's fine. The difference is like the difference between CP and CP77 is one of these things is allowed on PlayStation and the other one's a game.
What's wait, what's wrong with cheese pizza?
Oh man, we're gonna go back to like what was it, 2017 with this shit? Well, once upon a time there was a pizza place, and then people thought it was Satan's.
I mean, I agree. You should have more toppings than just cheese on some pizza, but like,
I mean, the classics are worth something though. Like I can.
oh, don't get me wrong. I'll enjoy a nice slice of cheese pizza.
I mean, for me, it really depends on the type of pizza.
In the type of cheese.
Yeah, because like some pizzas, like just cheese, it's like this is kind of unimpressive.
Yeah, and while we've been on, or while we're on this particular, kick of what we're talking about, I also ordered a chair from Wayfair, which still has yet to arrive. I'm hoping it doesn't have a chance to do it.
Whatever.
To get that.
It's the cabinet, and if it takes too long, you know the child's dead. In which case, you get into a weird realm of: is it necrophilia, or is it?
Yeah, you guys are on YouTube, right? So I probably can't say.
No, we're on Twitch.
Yeah, we're on.
I probably can't say the joke then.
Yeah, just say it. Nobody pays attention to us.
Oh, so the other day I was eating at my grandma, and it tastes horsey. And I thought to myself, so that's how she died.
That's a classic.
Yeah,
that's a classic.
Oh, that's the silica gel stuff. Not supposed to eat that, but what happens if you do?
You know what? You might become immortal. So not they take it out to eat it.
Technically speaking, if you're already dead, you can't die.
Yeah.
Oh my god, what have they done?
We keep losing viewers.
Hey.
I'm surprised we have viewers.
Have more viewers. Oh, you know what it is? It's because WAfflethorpe's here. We have more viewers now than we ever had with Waffle.
WAfflethorpe's here, and he's not talking about some obscure thing having to do with rocks that is somehow still fascinating.
Oh, that's right. He's a fucking rock licker. I always forget about that.
Oh man, if that's gonna be like if that's the new thing, like the new name for geologists, I'll take it. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm using that from now on. Geologists are now rock lickers.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It also works for paleontologists.
It does. That's part of how you tell if something's bone or not, or just it's important.
Yeah.
So you both get that.
Who doesn't know my background on this? Like during college, I like every year I learned a different way to lick a rock to find out what, because geology is just a wonderful field that way. Kindergarten with beer, it's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you lick a rock to figure out if it's bone or like a fossil. You also lick a rock to figure out if it's you chew rocks to figure out if they're siltstones and mudstones.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few.
So bit of advice for the parents out there: you see your kid eating dirt, push them towards the geology area.
Well, it's more like if you see the kid eating dirt and they just never really grow out of it, it's okay. You can just put people like that.
Yeah.
I'm really not kidding. In the kindergarten with more beer, like colored pencils are required for the coursework and the field work. Though not crayons. That's the Marines.
Yeah. No, colored pencils are required.
Yeah.
It really puts them in the field where it's like, hey, Johnny.
But you do need
pick it up and shoot it real quick.
You do need, but your colored pencil sharpener does need to have a blade that's a shard of obsidian.
No, those don't last long enough.
Yeah.
There are better things to use.
Yeah.
Obsidian may be absurdly sharp, but it's not over.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing with Obsidian is it just did not hold it. It's really not for very long.
That's why it's good for arrowheads.
Yeah, because it's only need to pop once.
Yep.
It's also good for I think it's eyes.
Yeah, they'll use it for eye surgery because just how fine the image is.
Yeah. And because you need to make very few cuts.
But once the surgery is over, they
Well, they'll also usually, if I remember correctly, go through multiple waves during one procedure. Just because you really do not want to risk cutting somebody's eye with a dull blade.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good way to just kind of ruin your life for.
It sounds like a waste, but what would you rather have? Wasting some material that wasting some scalpels that may or may not be sharp enough, or infection because of a horribly sliced eye?
Yeah.
like Obsidian, like it's not the. It's like very specific. Like surgical titanium is the stuff for.
Yeah, no, that's what you want to use with almost every kind of surgery, but there's a few niche applications. It's kind of like if you need to like dull pain, you're usually not going to use cocaine, but they usually have some in hospitals just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even kidding on that.
It's medicinal.
It's cocaine. They also have lidocaine, which is pretty much cocaine.
It's similar. It just doesn't get you high. But legitimately, that pisses me off. Though, like weed. I mean, unless the bill actually passed, I haven't been keeping track. But weed is Schedule 1, so apparently it has no medical use whatsoever. Is purely harmful. I think we all know that's bullshit, but that's how it gets prosecuted. And then you know what else is Schedule 1? Acid and mushrooms, OD, and all those fun psychedelics. You know what's Schedule 2? Meaning that you can have it if you have a prescription. All meth.
Yeah.
Amphetamines.
There's not just amphetamines, because that's just out. Literal.
Yeah.
There is brand name meth. It's called Disoxin, and I have one of the few conditions where you get a prescription for it.
Give me some of that pharmaceutical meth.
Yeah, look at yourself.
Let me peel an orange like nobody can see.
Oh,
if you have trouble peeling an orange, give it to a meth head. It'll be great.
Yep. They are well versed in the art of picking.
Yep. I mean, like, well, that and getting bees out of teeth, but you know, that's kind of a separate thing.
I've literally had meth heads walk in with like bleeding head wounds. It's just like,
yeah, that's always fun.
By the way, Sir works at a Circle K.
Oh, you poor bastard! You are not born for this world.
well, I wanted to get out of it, but unfortunately, this year happened and all the lockdowns and shit.
I've had people at work ask me why I still work there, even though I have a degree now. It's just like, well, you know, I was taking a little bit of time, you know, between this and what's next to just kind of get some medical stuff handled, and then Corona happened, and they're just like, oh yeah, okay, never mind.
With me, it's like, even though I'm kind of over my job, that's the best paying thing that I could be doing, I am flagged as essential, so I get my paycheck.
Right. No, it's the same boat. It's like oh god, it kind of pissed me off. So you know, I stay on getting paid, you know, when I get paid, which is not great. And then friends of mine who work part time and got furloughed were getting I probably roboted for a second there, didn't I?
No.
Okay, cool. But friends of mine who had been part time and full time who got furloughed were all of a sudden getting double what I make because of unemployment and then the extra $600 a week thing. And if I had quit my job, I would not have been able to get that because I would have quit my job. Because it doesn't work that way. And so this whole time I've been sitting there like, oh man, I really want hazard pay. I don't feel like I'm in danger, but I like money.
Yeah. They gave us hazard pay for like 2 months, and they're like, yeah, fuck it, you don't need it.
I think they gave us like 5 extra days of vacation time that get used up if we have to not come into work because Corona.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good times. But that's life. Just remember, kids, Enterprise is not the worst company to work for. It's not the best either.
You work for a rent-a-car?
Unfortunately.
Oh, man.
Are you at the airport?
Because my degree, and then Corona happened.
Do you work at the
I've been looking
airport?
to
Because
rent
I think
a car.
I need to fly into New Mexico to Albuquerque at some point.
Yeah, I work at the airport, but you're not going to see me. Or actually, you might. I don't deal with customers. That is the one thing that's really nice about doing what I do, because I don't have to talk to people, and I just kind of have to do my job. Keep my head down.
Yeah, you see, like,
and no one bitches all that much if I've got an earbud in all day. So if you count audiobooks as reading, I think you knocked out about 100 books last year.
Yeah, I do. I listen to books while I'm at work. It's a lot of. No, I'm probably not coming to Albuquerque anytime soon, Crab. But I will fly into Albuquerque just to walk up to the Enterprise rent-a-car place, and I'll shout, WAfflethorpe!
Yeah, and I might hear you, or I have earbuds in.
yeah.
Oh no, you'll hear me. I'll make sure of
Think
it.
about my job. It's just I go to one guy and I say, "Hey, I need something to work on," and then he's like, "All right, help me out with this." And then my actual boss comes by and says, "No, stop doing that. I have this special thing for you," and then I just go work on that. It's great.
Now, like, I was intelligent when I went to do my interview for the job. I basically told the manager that I ended up hiring in under, like, yeah, I'm not a people person. I don't want to deal with the customers. And it's like, okay, we have a position in food service. I'll take it.
Yep. No, I got mostly what I wanted, and if I need to move up, I'll do so. But now I just kind of have to figure my shit out, and hopefully everything will calm down before grad school. Then we'll see what happens with that, because it's fun being outside of academia and being, given what the political climate is right now. If I want to go back to academia, I don't know if I want to be there, because I have an unfortunate or unfortunate tendency to when somebody says something that sounds not quite right and like kind of obviously wrong to me, kind of like tell them that's bullshit and your opinions are bad and you should feel bad, something along those lines.
It's just like, what you said is stupid. And I'm going to make you feel stupid.
No, it's more like if you feel stupid, it's not because I'm making you feel that.
No, yeah, it's because you're stupid. Because Waffle, you're actually really good at explaining stuff.
It's kind of you just
when you're not.
Yeah, except when I'm not. But granted, sometimes that's good. Yeah, I hang up about.
Yeah.
Conversation. That's just that Patrick meme.
I've literally sat in voice chat listening to this man talk about shit that I have no idea about for hours on end. Just like, yeah, you talk, Waffle. You just talk.
I mean, I'm glad that we both like the sound of my own voice. It's something we have in common.
The meme from the old server was you'd leave a voice chat and pop back in, and Waffle's still talking.
Yep.
I miss those days. I honestly miss those days.
Yeah, like if you popped out and then came back, went got dinner or something, came back like an hour later, there was a significant chance that I'd still be talking, and a significant chance that no one else had in the meantime.
And a significant chance that you were still as caught up as everyone else.
Yeah, it's man, it's weird. But sometimes I terrify myself with my genius.
And there was
Jeremy Clarkson.
a significant chance that you didn't miss anything, and he was still talking about the same shit.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I think there were so many fun conversations. Like fucking Waffle explaining the plot of Shaman King, which is so tirade.
We're getting another one, right?
Yes, I know.
Man, I'm so stoked. Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be the best. Anyone who hasn't watched Shaman King yet, just like you're in for a treat. Like, if you thought explaining JoJo to people, the context was weird, like you got nothing. It's
there was one particular conversation I remember having with Waffle where he told me about the time he had a narcoleptic attack while driving and plowed his Subaru Outback through a line of trees.
Yeah, ran into the woods at about 70 miles an hour, and that was how we found out I had narcolepsy. That was fun.
Yeah.
And so, of course, he works at a rent-a-car company.
It's okay. I just, instead of stealing the cars, I drive them and clean them.
I ended up reading the entirety of because of this fucker.
Yeah, you loved it, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
The entirety of what?
I know there's a sequel, but I have not had time or thought to put it.
I have not. I'm way behind on it. So I was like, oh man, this is coming out. I'm going to read it as it's coming out. And then I got distracted with other things, and I came back and it had finished. But it's interesting. He continues in a really interesting. I don't want to say too much about it because, even who the perspective character is kind of a spoiler. But it's really cool. They did a really good job with it.
I literally came into a voice channel and I just hear Waffle talking about it's like, okay, so the thing with the Endbringers, and I'm like, what the fuck is he on about? Specifically, I think I came in when you were talking about the Smurf.
Yeah.
That's immediately what drew my interest. It's like,
Yeah, the Smurf is interesting. And as long as we're not, okay, actually, I'm not going to say that. I would say, as long as we're not going into 40K with this, but we can go there. We can go there.
We don't have time to go there on this episode, Waffle.
People talk about how labyrinthine 40K is. It's got nothing on BattleTech.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely fair. I'm trying to think of the other labyrinthine thing. It was a thing. Malzahn. Yeah. Fucking Malzahn. That's a series and a half. Read it. Seriously, read it. It's really, really good. It will ruin other books for you. But it's a commitment. It's so it's 10 books. Each one of them is a fucking tome. And also, you know that feeling when you when people are watching something on TV, people watching Game of Thrones against Game of Thrones, and you sit down on an episode halfway through, and a lot of things going on, and you just kind of don't get it because you're missing something. I set that in the middle here. Am I supposed to know who this person is or why this is again? That feeling. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, when you start Malzahn, you will feel that way. It never goes away. The whole series, you're going to be sitting there wait a second. I'm supposed to know this? And you flip pages and you're like, no, I don't know what the fuck going on. Okay. And then you learn to go with it. And then you read the whole thing. And it's one of the things I can think of where the dedicated fan base so there's discourse for it and stuff like that, but the dedicated fan base on Reddit, at least, they have tags for their usernames and everything. They don't just tag which book you're on so that people can avoid spoiling you. It's which book you on and which read through you're on. Because the immediate reaction on finishing it is to go, fuck, I need to read the whole thing again. Yeah.
You really finish with it's okay, what the fuck did I miss? Start reading from page 1.
Yeah, it's 2.5 million words about. It's a lot.
What book series is this?
Did I miss? Wait, what?
What book series?
Malazan Book of the Fallen by Steven Erikson. And it's really, really good.
I have heard you talk about this.
Oh my god, it has so fucked with my head so hard. And it also is probably the best example I can think of, at least in fantasy, of show don't tell. As in, there is almost no tell; it's almost entirely show. So you can't trust anything because whoever is currently talking is probably a lying bastard. And it gets interesting.
The Sonic movie was really good at that too.
A lot of good things about that movie, actually.
No, I watched it like 3 times in a weekend because I was showing it to other people after I watched it the first time.
Okay, but like showing it to people like, guys, this actually isn't shit. Check it out; it's fun. Or showing it to people like, oh my god, here's this movie called Battlefield Earth. Share my pain.
It was actually good. Like we went into it, I was watching it with like Nick and a group of people in the Discord and stuff. And we went into it like, all right, we're just gonna have fun, make fun of this movie. If it's really bad, then we'll turn it off and things like that. And we made fun of it for like the first 15 minutes, and then we were like, oh, this is actually good. And then we all just shut up and watched it.
I hope for the sequel they let Jim Carrey wear the fat suit.
It's like that actually wasn't dog shit.
Yeah. And then the next night we showed it to a bunch of people that weren't there for the first night of showing it. Yeah. No, I would highly recommend watching the Sonic movie.
Okay, that was a perfectly normal English sentence.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
As strange as that sounds, it's a good movie.
I will get around to it, but holy fuck, do I have a backlog? I still have to watch Joker.
Yeah, I do too.
I enjoyed it. It's Taxi Driver, but yeah.
Taxi Driver, but with like more dancing.
Nah, about the same amount of dancing.
Okay. Yeah, that's solid. Taxi Driver's pretty good.
It's not exactly.
Though I actually I do get to do something fun. So I just I don't want to say finish moving because we're not totally moved in yet. My girlfriend and I moved in together, and that's been
Congratulations!
really great. And thank you. It's been nice, and I have gotten her to start watching Twin Peaks, and that is so much fun for me. Partially just because I get to watch Twin Peaks again because it's a really good show. But also, it's really interesting seeing someone speculate and being like, okay, I think this is going on. I'm just sitting there, just like, oh man, in like 5 episodes, you're. I'm just not going to say anything.
Yeah, but Waffle, come to Seattle. Let's go to the diner.
Seattle. But if I go to Seattle, there might be fire everywhere.
No.
I mean, that's pretty
I know. Like, there's still enough time for Mount Rainier.
Oh yeah, there's actually a significant chance that happens in our lifetimes.
I know.
I'm not talking like normal geology significant chance where it's like, oh man, this thing is going to happen, give or take 5,000 years. It's more like this is going to happen, give or take 2. So significant chance that it happens in our lifetimes.
Yeah, I've said it on the show before. It's like a lot of geologists and especially volcanologists, like a lot of people like to talk about the Yellowstone caldera. Like, no, like in the United States, like Rainier is they all have weary eyes on.
Yeah, I honestly doubt that Yellowstone is going to go off.
Because like
at all or within our lifetimes.
I honestly doubt it. Well, it might go off someday again, but I kind of doubt it's going to go off like again ever.
It's probably not going to go off within a decent amount of the future because given long enough, it'll end up underneath mountains, which will put even more crust over it and make it even less likely to go. So don't expect it within your great grandchildren's lifetime.
Well, it's not so much that; it's more that so the Yellowstone hotspot is not the same as, let's say, the Hawaii hotspot, right? Because the Hawaii hotspot has been around for a long time, And it's consistently going, but it's also not building up a tremendous amount of pressure. Just the crust is really thin over it. But there's the whole Emperor Seamount chain. There's basically a whole chain of islands behind Hawaii, trailing off of Hawaii, that are all the previous islands that have since kind of fallen into the sea. That one hotspot is created. There's a similar thing going on with Iceland, where that's another one of those hotspots. With what's it called? The Yellowstone, that one probably not some random hotspot, but actually from the remnants of a tectonic plate called Farallon Plate coming under the United States. So it's what used to be between us and the Pacific. And so that's probably what caused the Colorado Plateau to go up. Is probably what caused the Rio Grande fish to form, or sort of form, because it's kind of dead in the water.
Waffle, I had a shit ton of Yellowstone and geologic articles set up when I asked you to be on the show a fucking year ago.
Yeah, I'm not expert on Yellowstone.
I know you're not an expert, but you could provide insight.
Real quick. Good night, Larry. Thank you for joining us.
Good night, Larry. I don't know that I know you, but if I did, I would. If I were certain, I would enjoy you. I'm sure. But come on, Brain, you can do this. Just use the thinky bits. Oh man, I lost a train of thought. That's not great. Losing a train is never a good thing. Right,
Run trains.
That's pretty good. But yeah, so one of the things that happened, because we can actually do this with crazy ass measuring stuff with seismic tomography and shit. Anyway, what a while ago, by a while ago, I mean before humans and stuff, the remnants of the Farallon plate cracked in half and broke up. And that might be what set off Yellowstone, or kind of set off a lot of that stuff, but I kind of doubt. There's not more of that plate. There's still the remnants of it, but we're not going to suddenly get more material in there. So I kind of feel like whatever's happened has kind of happened, and it's just going to get kind of less and less of an issue over time.
Well, no, because lately we've covered a couple articles. There's been a lot of interesting activity in Yellowstone lately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it makes sense for there to be a lot of activity on a somewhat minor scale. And keep in mind, when I say minor scale, I'm not saying that it can't cause some serious problems. They could erupt and belch a bunch of smoke, volcanic ash and stuff like that.
Yeah, minor on the geologic scale is very different compared to minor on the human scale.
Yeah. Right. We always reminded the audience that geologic scale is at least 500,000 to 1 million years.
Right. Well, not just that, but also you're dealing with absolutely massive forces. So, when you're talking about, minor meteorite impact, you might be talking about, I don't know, the time of the dinosaurs died. Granted, that was pretty major, but still, there's
even minor meteors, Paris is just fucking, it's gone.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, no, to obliterate a city, you only need an iron meteorite that's maybe 2 feet across. It's not much. It's granted that's a lot of iron, that's a couple tons, but
it's all about the speed.
Yeah, well, mass matters as well though, because otherwise it won't survive the atmosphere. Because if it's not dense enough, and if it doesn't have enough mass, it just won't even hit the surface. Don't hit the surface, but still explode in midair, and then you get a massive shockwave.
Yeah, what happened in Russia a long time ago.
Yep, the Tunguska explosion. That was good times.
Yeah. For context, in case people don't know, it's estimated that the heap of rock that basically wiped out the dinosaurs was a little more than 6 miles across.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just comparatively speaking. I mean, it's big for a meteorite / asteroid / aliens, whatever. But it's little in terms of the scale of the Earth. And 6 miles across is oh no, that's not even Manhattan. That's smaller than Manhattan by a good degree. The crater on that one's pretty big.
Yeah, you can see it from space still.
Mm-hmm.
It's right off the Yucatan Peninsula.
Yeah, it's also good times. I guess they just didn't sacrifice enough virgins.
There weren't any virgins to sacrifice.
The
Hey,
geysers are
you don't
bodegas
know
for
that.
giants.
You don't know that they're very. Oh wait, I'm not allowed to say words that begin with that. Am I? This is Twitch. You never know. There could have been dinosaurs who used things that are. What would dinosaur themed OnlyFans be called?
Now I'm just having this bit.
Imp says. Imp says.
Can you imagine a Tyrannosaurus with its piddly little arms trying to use an obsidian knife to remove a heart?
I can imagine it trying. I mean, it could probably do it if it like leaned way over, but it's definitely not committing seppuku.
Sudoku?
Yeah, committing Sudoku is a lot harder. You have to stay conscious a little longer.
I like Sudoku. I did that while I was in the mental hospital. Lots of Sudoku.
Good times.
Yeah. Oh wait, that brings me to like.
Oh, right. That reminds me of like the best description.
Mental hospitals need to have a smoking area. Just let the people smoke. They're sad. Give them something.
I mean, considering that like one of the things they tend to treat is also substance abuse issues, that maybe that's not the best idea. But I don't know.
Just let them smoke. It's not every AA meeting I've heard of. It's constantly smoking cigarettes and drinking coffee.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Gotta have uppers.
Sure, you're replacing it slightly with something else, but like, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of like half-formed thoughts in my head. One of them's of a guy just like, I'm trying to pick which drug he's on. Let's just go with meth, but he's like doing lots of meth. And it's like, good God, man, you're addicted. And he's like, no, you should see what I was on before. This is how I'm coping with that. And now I'm trying to figure out what he was on before. PCP? PCP. Probably PCP. That works. It's a hell of a drug.
Also, an hour and a half went by real quick.
Welcome to waffle time.
Dude, I don't know what day it is.
Hey, Waffle's only been here for the last. We were already pretty much at the hour mark. Shit.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I'm glad you guys weren't offline because usually what happens is I'm, at work until 9, and then I get home and it's like, oh, they were on. I could have crashed that like on my way home. Data.
Well,
I'm unlimited data.
Luckily, Nick is having some tech issues, so we can keep the show rolling until he says that he's finally ready to get his show rolling.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I definitely have picked up some. I picked up some more hobbies, and that's not necessarily a good thing.
You had so many hobbies before. What the fuck?
Yeah, I know, but I have more now.
I don't know how you keep up between the job, the school, and all your hobbies.
I don't.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, exactly. And also, it's not like I engage every hobby all the time. It's just kind of like, oh man, I'm kind of bored of the things I've been doing for the last while. What have I not done in a while, but still have?
Yeah, I'm getting into speed running stuff.
Dangerous, but okay.
No.
Dangerous to your time, not dangerous to your wallet.
Yeah.
Mathematics is an addiction. Problem solved.
Yeah. No, my next thing that I'm going to speed run Where's Waldo. I'm going to go through all the books.
Speaking of speedrunning, though, like there is an absolutely great channel that I discovered on YouTube. It's called Summoning Salt.
Okay.
And basically, what it is, it's an entire channel devoted to like covering the history of speedruns in certain games.
Okay.
Like, one of his ones they did a few months back was like the complete history of the Ninja Gaiden speedrunning community.
Oh goddamn! Yeah, the Ninja Gaiden guys are just crazy.
But yeah, like
You gotta have a special relationship with Queen for that.
and like Summoning Salt himself, like the guy who runs the channel, is actually a world record speedrunner. Like he holds like 3 world records in Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
Man, of all the games to pick, though, that's solid.
He also has like the absolute fastest knockout on Tyson that anyone's ever pulled off in the game at like 2 minutes 5 seconds.
Goddamn.
So yeah, like it's really fascinating to watch like all the different like hacks and glitches and strategies that people figure out over the years.
Yeah, I remember the GoldenEye one being controversial.
Oh yeah, the
Another
one
thing
where
is-
you plug a second controller in that's disassembled, and you just press on the one of the chips, and it stops time, but allows you to still move.
You press down on the actual circuit board and hope that the exploit works. But it doesn't actually make you faster; it just stops the mission clock.
Yeah, that's not a true
it.
speed run. Not a true speed run.
Yeah, it was kind of fun. It was a big controversy.
It's a glitch. It's not a speed run. That's it.
Yeah. But man, where everybody lost their shit over it for a while.
Completely reasonably too.
Yeah. Oh no, absolutely. That's some bullshit. Like that's you don't do that. You don't just go like, oh guys, look, I finished it super fast. But like, I can't tell you how.
Like his most recent video was like covering, I can't remember the runner's name, but he was trying to claim like every single world record in Mario Kart 64.
Okay. I mean, laudable goal.
And basically, like, it was like this odyssey between him and like all the other speedrunners in that community. Like him trying to take all the records and them trying to stop him.
Yeah, it's always kind of fun to see that happen too, because it's kind of like a sports anime where you just get like wonderful rivalries and it's real personal and it's just it's great, but like it's not stupid. And then I'm not saying
like be at 23 out of 24. Like he gets so close so many times, and somebody just comes in and snatches it away.
Yeah, and to be clear, I'm not saying that like regular sports is stupid, but I am saying that the regular sports rivalries and beef are stupid.
Oh yeah.
I can see that with some authority. They like the Red Sox.
And then the thing is, like, people in the comments section of that video, like, got, like, super ass mad. They're like, oh my god, it's like, why did they have to ruin his chance at, like, getting all the records? And it's like, did you completely miss the point?
It's like, if you hold a record and defend it, that's how this shit works. It's what
it's like, that's the thing, is, like, some of the records he took, like, the people that took them back from him were people that held the record previously.
Right. You know, as to quote a Ken Ashford song, everyone needs a rival.
And it's like, I said, like, he's trying to get every single record for every track in the game. You know, that ain't easy. It wouldn't be worth doing if it was fucking easy.
Right, and also, I mean, if the guy is good enough to pull that off in the first place, then, you know, holy shit, is that, you know, like a worthy challenge to all the people who are going to try to stop it, you know? So it's like, defending that title's also not easy.
Yeah, because, like, it's a really great video, and I recommend people watch it, because this dude was the fucking best. He was the best.
And then all of a sudden,
he still is.
And he lit a fire under everyone's ass to like try to surpass him in a limited amount of time. Which, again, that's some sports anime shit.
It is. It was fucking.
But it's not. But like not sports anime where it's like, oh my god, this guy's the best at tennis. Look at this. He's playing tennis with the planet Jupiter. Like, no, or basketball lasers. That was the other one. Fucking pissed me off.
Tennis is fucking weird, man.
Yeah, it's
Tennis as a sport
definitely
is
an
weird,
acquired
yeah.
taste that I did not acquire.
Oh, what's that one anime? The volleyball.
IQ, that one's actually good.
Yeah, no, I really enjoy that. That's one of those.
Yeah.
That's one of those animes where it's like, no, this is reality, somewhat.
Yeah, it's like I mean I'm still wondering like why all the like characters in like after like the seniors graduate, all the other characters talk about them like they're dead. It's like Senpai, are you seeing this? It's further your education.
Yeah, like, he's probably still in the same city. Take a fucking bus.
That's just always been kind of funny to me. Where it's like, wait, he's alive. He's just going to college. What the fuck are you on?
He's dead to us.
He's dead to us. I hope he remembers us in heaven.
And by heaven we mean Arasaka Academy or whatever.
Yep.
It'd be funny as shit if like the dude was still there. It's like, oh my god, he was so great. It's like, guys, I'm still here.
Yeah, in the background, every time they bring him up, guys, I'm just a building over. On a different team.
Oh my god. I don't know. It's like at least sports anime is usually not quite as absurd as card game anime, because holy fuck, card game anime.
I'm going to use that. I stand by the moon.
Right. I stand by this, by the way, that by far the 4Kids dub for Yu-Gi-Oh! Just absolutely made it better.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because like it made One Piece worse. Like it made a lot of shows worse, but it made Yu-Gi-Oh! Actually better. Because you end up with this wonderful thing, because apparently you can't show guns because kids can't handle that, even though like Transformers was fine.
Opening briefcases of people.
Or even better, they just edit out the guns. So you have a couple of guys, bust into Kaiba's office, point at him menacingly, and then Kaiba takes the completely rational course of action of jumping out the fucking window. You know?
I fucking love it. Oh my god.
Yeah, no, so I stand by them. That absolutely made it better.
The 4Kids dub for fucking One Piece is actually the reason I avoided that series for so long.
Right, and then you found out that it was actually good and that they just fucked it up.
Well, yeah, because like I started like another guy I watched, Teching 101, who was primarily I watched him because he was a Bleach channel, and I was really big into Bleach. And the final arc of that, the 1,000-Year Blood War, was fucking awful.
Yeah, remember that time when like we thought that Bleach was over, except they fucked up like 3 more final arcs, and then it just turned out that there were Nazis in the ghost place.
Yeah.
Which isn't surprising.
Yeah, it's kind of
be called the Vondenreich.
Yeah, it's not great. Oh my god, that whole organ. That's actually okay. The thing that pisses me off the most about Bleach is that it is. Oh no, we're not getting natural wind down. Too bad, James. The thing that pisses me off the most about Bleach is that it's just so much wasted potential. Some really good ideas, and
I mean, like there were great fucking moments in the final, especially if you're a fan of Kenpachi.
Yeah, but there's so much that doesn't make sense, right? Because like think about it. It sets some stuff up dating, right?
Yeah.
Quincy's are they have this they can spin spirit particles from the air and channel them through themselves into a bow and shoot things. So it's one of them a pro wrestler. I don't know.
Why is one of them a cyborg? Where the fuck did you come from?
Yeah, like it's just so much shit where it's like, wait, none of these powers make sense. And then it's like, oh no, but they do make sense because this guy is like literally Jesus, except he's not.
Yeah, and his dad is God, and he has issues with him, and he absorbs it. It gets really complicated.
But like it never gets good. Like at least with Naruto,
No.
if you're gonna get into Naruto, like explaining the last arc of Naruto is really just boils down to like, oh yeah, I set this guy up to be a huge big old villain, and then Kishimoto was like, fuck, I don't know how to kill this guy. I gotta drag out this last arc with something. Yeah, it's like they're like, this is the final villain. Oh shit, I made him way too powerful. I need to come up with a way to beat him. So he introduces another final villain. That they almost powerful. I still love that they almost beat it with corn. Just way they should be not even sarcastic. Like I actually love that. But like if you're into the show, like if you're into it and you're watching it or you're reading it or whatever, it works. It makes sense. It works. It's good, right? Explaining the Flash arc of Bleach to somebody who isn't a Bleach fan sounds like it could be cool. But if you're actually a Bleach fan, it's shit.
Yeah. The execution was so bad. It was obvious that Kubo was being, like, it's basically that Shonen Jump told us, like, look, we're canceling your fucking series. Wrap it up.
Possibly. I think it actually went sort of the other way almost. I feel like he wanted to end it sooner, and they told him to drag it out. Because
I think they did initially, and then Bleach's sales started to go down. They're like, okay, you need to wrap this shit up. And he's like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. But no, like because the Aizen stuff, like he was the final villain. He's the one who gets introduced in the first couple arcs. He's the guy, and then they beat him, and then for some and main character loses his powers. He gets to go back to having a normal life, kind of like he wanted at the beginning.
It's a beautiful ending.
And it's been a fantastic ending. And then they're like, let's continue. And it's like, you don't hate the Fullbringer, but it's garbage. Because the Fullbringer arc is like, you have a full arc of main character has to learn how to make do with what he's got and learn how to use a completely different kind of power that works on, totally different logic, right? And you have to learn how to do this totally different thing and have less power and not be a heavy hitter anymore and, be in the real world, the physical world. Wait, never mind, you have your old powers back again and this entire arc doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's garbage. I have feelings about that. In case there weren't obvious people, feelings about that.
And I said, you're like, the fact that like the big bad at the end of Bleach is literally capped off a literal Deus Ex Machina. It's just like, God damn it!
The literal back to big bad of Bleach was literally what?
No, like the fact that he was.
No, I know what you said. I'm saying that he was an Ewok. I mean, you can get how his name's spelled and tell me that that's not Ewok.
Like I've seen several people. It's like the main one I've heard is like Yuha Bach. It's like I don't know where the fuck is that.
No, it's terrible. It's trying to be Jehovah.
Like I've always read it as like Shwach. Because that's how it's spelled.
Or alternatively, it could be spelled Ewok because that's the funny one.
Yeah, I could go with that.
It makes
a magnificent mustache.
He does have a pretty magnificent mustache. It's a shame that doesn't make him into a good character.
Also, like his power is like literally like, yeah, I'm broken.
Yeah, it's not even like there's not an actual logic given to it. It's just, oh, I'm broken.
And like as if to spell it out to the audience, like the literal name of the power is called Almighty.
Yeah, and then Destiny ripped it off. I'm kidding, but still. Oh man, I should start playing Destiny again.
Yeah. This is a manga and anime along with Waffle and Serve. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it's been fun. Tune in next time while we explain whatever that is, because I don't know what schedules are. But yeah, no. Tune in next time when I explain that plot of the plot of LSD in Shaman King, where he goes and tries to avenge Sherlock Holmes by murdering a child. Then tries to murder a different child, builds a clock out of heroin. Oh wait, no, morphine. Builds a clock out of morphine. That doesn't work. You're fine.
Yeah, but I have announcements.
Do they have to do with LSD
Yes,
a
they have to
child
deal with
and
lots of things in Discord. So shut the fuck up for a second. All right. There's going to be no show next Friday. We're doing a show on Saturday. Same time.
26.
Saturday the 26th. On Friday for Christmas Day, for people that don't have anything to do or anywhere to go, I'm going to do a movie day. It's not necessarily going to be Christmas movies, but there's going to be a couple sprinkled in here or there. But I'm going to be doing movies all day.
Do Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie.
Yes. It's on my list. It's a surprise list, Waffle. Stop.
Come on, Die Hard's not a surprise on a Christmas at this point.
I know.
Yeah, Christmas.
But thank you, everybody, for joining in. Thank you, Waffle, for coming back. Thank you, audience, for just hanging out with us and whatnot. We're going to be rating Laughing Scoundrel podcast right now. So, everybody, have a good night.
Have a good night, everyone. Take care.
Late fun, everybody. I'm going to play the screws.